Do you sometimes feel like there's no use in creating content, even if you love it, because you don't know if you're actually reaching the right people? Most creators I talk to, they seem to have some kind of strategy for how to do this, but even if they know what they're doing, they're not always sure if it's working. And that's actually more about the state they're in than anything else. Because while we want to feel like we're in the flow, feel inspired, and that our content is magnetic, that doesn't happen if we create from doubt or busy craziness to feed the beast. So that's when it comes in handy to learn more about and master the law of attraction, or perhaps more well said, letting the law of attraction master you. Because you can, of course, use the law of attraction to magnetize your audience, at least if you're letting it happen in divine timing. The law of attraction is probably the most talked about universal law, and probably also the most misunderstood. So, in this episode, one in a series about the universal laws and content creation, we're going to untangle some concepts and make this easier to apply. While the law is often misunderstood as just talk positive and you'll attract, the core premise of the law of attraction is actually more like attracts like. And that's really more about how our internal state draws various experience into our external reality. It's not, as one may think, only about affirming positive, wanted things so they appear out of thin air. Sometimes they do, but that's only if we've already actually achieved that state or vibration internally. It's not the words we utter or repeat in and of themselves. So, here are some concepts and practices within the law of attraction that might help to untangle and then apply to content creation. The first one, seeing is believing, but not necessarily the way one might think. Because you can't really think your way there, but you can feel your way there. But not like this. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. Tony Robbins once said that in a clip that I was listening to, and it cracks me up every time because he follows it up with crinkles, bullshit, you're not happy. And you're just saying that you are. That is, that just doesn't work. So, our internal state, of course, is key. And it's the lightness of being that really does it. Happy, childlike joy will do it every time. I was sort of hesitating to put this episode out because I felt like, well, I don't know enough about this yet. Um, but I certainly have a long enough script that I have worked on to tell you about it. And so instead of resisting, what I did was I started with making some new thumbnail pictures in a different way than I have before. And I had a really fun time doing it. So yeah, that put me in the right state to do this. Am I saying just create and let the results like fling themselves wherever they may? In a sense, yes, because that's really you or creation in its most true form. But we'll continue that train of thought a little bit later. First, let's clear some space because that's something else that works really well. So number two, creating or clearing space. And that can be done in different ways. Some say we must remove all of our limiting beliefs, and that's neither fun nor easy. But while it is important, on the way there, we can also acknowledge, we can start by acknowledging that we have some not so helpful beliefs, but choose to kind of leave them be. What I mean is to let things be a bit more formless, knowing that we are more than our limiting beliefs, and thereby creating space for new thought. There is this great quote from Neville Goddard. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And besides clearing limiting beliefs, clearing clutter really does work to make space for new things to come in. That works both in our office and digital clutter, of course. And I know some people who swear by clearing their shower drains to make way for really big manifestations. 3, setting intentions from this new space works really well. The clearer, less malleable space, or the clearer, maybe more malleable space, malleable now to new things. And what do I mean by setting our intentions? Um, well, what is it that we really want? And is it really true that we want that? And is it really for the highest good of all? And to not forget to focus on that, because no matter what things look like around us, they might not look like this is even possible, but that's a thought we have to kind of just do this with. And also beware of all the distractions, because life happens all the time. So um, I still really wanted to do this episode, so I'm focusing on that and my intentions around that. And number 4, knowing our why. That's a really great way to fuel that intention and sticking with it. Like, why are you creating and what do you want to achieve? That's working on something great internally to attract externally. My why is because I actually really like writing these episodes, and I want to reach the people who need to hear this today and or whenever you find it. And I'm glad you did. Because it seems some of us feel that the work we're doing is going unseen. And so I thought this might help. And 5, taking inspired action, as in following the nudges, impulses, and our intuition. It's really more about being willing to follow the start of like an invisible thread because it feels right. It may not seem like the next logical step, but it feels right. So just go do it. Inspired action can also mean that, yes, you've set that intention and now you need to take some kind of action toward it. Just one step, just to show the universe that you want to set things in motion, that you're serious about this. But the step does not need to be serious at all. Our internal state is actually what we attract in our audience. Our content is an energetic broadcast. So if we create from calm, joy, and curiosity, we might attract people resonating with that. And on the contrary, if we use this I should post energy, that could repel the very people we want or attract an audience that's not very engaged because they too are perhaps off somewhere creating content that's forced and being very busy instead of being present and engaging here with you or with me here on this video. So Create from the state you want your audience to feel about and when hearing your content. And that's not going to be perfect every time, but I think the true intentions will shine through. How? Well, have a bit of playful fun. Use all of your senses when you create. That's the place we work from in my Real Storyteller Lab. I help participants sort of drop into their inner vision first, um, to see your inner visuals, so then you can eventually create more natural storytelling content from there. Now, continuing to apply this law to our content, as I'm also kind of wrapping up the points. The second point, you know, clear space for creative flow. And that means saying bye-bye to thoughts like, oh, there's no point in doing this, or I'm having a bad hair day. Um, and it's I stumbled on my words or whatever, just do it and have some fun with it. And also, so I mean, get rid of some of those but, and I would like to, but all those but thoughts, get rid of those or try not to engage with them too much so that there's more space for creative flow. And the other way to clear space for creative flow is, of course, clearing your schedule a little bit, clearing your desk and your camera roll. Mine gets full all the time. So then I have to either buy more space or clear, to make clear often to get more space for new stuff because I love taking lots of pictures and videos when I'm out and about. And three, setting intentions, but from a new, really the good state that we've created. And those types of intentions probably are more aligned because they might look more like, instead of performance-based intentions like, oh, I want to go viral, perhaps you'll set an intention to connect or an intention that you're going to feel more in alignment with your client's mission or vice versa. And four, tune into your why. Why are you making this piece of content today? Is it part of a bigger whole? What's down the line for you? Maybe you've got a really exciting product you're putting out, and this is kind of the visceral landscape that you want to put that into. And I've got something new coming, by the way. And five, take inspired action, even if it doesn't seem to make sense or have anything to do with content creation. Follow through on those creative nudges. Who knows where they might lead? I'm thinking that it's really important that I get a certain kind of Christmas bulb, I mean, as in a flower, that I want to get to put at my on my desk in my other space. And maybe it's the scent I want or the color, but that's what I want to do. So I'm going to get one tomorrow. So that was a little start on using the law of attraction for content creation and to have more fun in general. And I'm sure I'll be coming back to this topic because we can all get better at working with the law of attraction. And of course, I'm going to be back with the other laws. I did one quite helpful episode about the law of rhythm, which you can check out. It would have come out before this one. And you can also go to my website. There's some links below. If you feel like you want some more ways to find an easier way to create, so you can grab one of my guides to a more natural storytelling flow there. And I hope to see you here on the channel as well. I'll be back with another episode about the universal laws. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna jump into next because I like all of them. And happy creating.